Hello everyone, I am Will, and welcome back to my playthrough of Dark Souls 2, Scholar of the First Sin. Yep. Last we left off, we just kind of explored Majula. Yep. Just went around, talked to all the people, gathered up all the loose items. Yeah. Quite a number of people to talk to and items to gather. Yeah, we talked with the Emerald Herald over there. She's basically our firekeeper. Yeah. We come back to her to level up, and she told us to seek powerful souls, gave us our Estus flask, and sent us on our way. So we have our Estus flask from her, so that's good. And we can level up too, once we have enough souls. And after that, we went up there, talked with Sultan, I think his name was. And he kind of, broke under despair and allowed us to join the Way of the Blue, I believe it's called, or Path of the Blue. Basically, a covenant that as long as we have the ring on, Blue Sentinels will come to our aid whenever we're invaded. So I don't think that works offline. I think it's just purely online. So yeah, it's sad. They could have had something there. Just had like a random NPC come in and help you out whenever you got invaded by another NPC. That would have been pretty cool. But I don't think it works that way. So sad. So we did that, talked to him, gathered up some items, like a life gem over there, talked to Leningrass, told us to find his key to open up this shop. One up there to where I think it's called the Victor Stone, but the Covenant of Champions. There's Homeward Bones up there, more life gems over there, talked to Sweet Chalqua, that little cat god thing in there. Grabbed a Estus shard from the well, talked with Molden, bought the shield from him to upgrade his shop, grabbed the Tynite shard in his little back store. I also gathered up the items up there. I think it was a Divine Blessing, 3 life gems and Homeward Bones up there by Bjorn. We talked about, the petrified person blocking the way. Drop down till we get the Morning Star, Chime, Binoculars, and that was it. Just kind of gathered up all the stuff from Majula. Yeah. Pretty straightforward, didn't do much of anything, but did a lot of talking, because everyone here has a lot to say. And between episodes I didn't do anything, so all this stuff's the same. Yeah. Equipment's the same, level's the same, all that stuff. Haven't really started playing, so. But anyway. And today we are going into the Forests of the Fallen Giants, the first real intended area of Dark Souls 2. Yep. So we went up in that little fort behind us, hopefully, but we'll see. Or is it over here in this little corner? No, it's over there. It's that right there. But anyway. Yep, that's the plan. Forest of the Fallen Giants, not quite sure how far we'll get. Probably won't do the whole thing in one episode, just because it's actually a lot more than you think. But hopefully we'll get to at least Malentia, hopefully. But we'll see. And our equipment for today, got our Morning Star, our dagger. Yep, silver eagle kite shield. Stone rings, blue seal, starting armor, flask gems, not much. Haven't just started the game, so. Here's stats in case you're curious. Again, it's base level stuff, so. Alright. Should we just get to it? Actually, I would just get to it. Alright. To the forest. Gonna have to deal with a bunch of enemies, but hopefully it shouldn't be too bad. Hopefully I don't die, ? Hopefully. Dark Souls 2 is kind of infamous for its, enemy numbers, but chest should just be an old rusted ring or something like that, rusted coin. Yep, rusted coin. Boost item discovery, so. Turn left here. And a big old gate. It likes to take its sweet time. Well, it's slow this way because it's meant to load in the next area, so... You can go back. There is a lever over here you can pull, so... Don't worry, you can go back. It's not one way. It's a pretty looking cave. Chest. It should have an effigy? Yep, human effigy. Yep. You can make this jump across here if you want. I wouldn't recommend it, but you can if you want. The reason why is, well, I'll show you here in a second. As we finally enter Forest of the Giants. Fallen Giants, yeah. Yeah, because if you jump across, you'll come out there, and you have to deal with that guy, and there's also another hollow just lying there right above our heads. So if you do that jump across, you have to probably deal with him and probably the ogre at the same time, and I would not recommend it. Nope. We just got some basic hollows. Just trying to... As long as we don't go near the ogre, he won't aggro, but I just want to clear out these two guys first. I thought I'd do a bit more, but... Alright, so now let's try and get the ogre's attention. Get him in this little butt slam animation. Slowly but surely. And there was the bleed at the end. Nice. Alright. That ogre is actually... They put him near... He moved that ogre... Well, let me get my words straight. FromSoft put him there, that ogre there, when they did the Scholar of the First Sin. Yeah, so he's new to the Scholar of the First Sin in this little area. It's in the original Dark Souls 2, he wasn't here. So, but he's also probably your earliest farming spot for all stones for the Covenant of Champions. I'm pretty sure he drops them. I really also believe it's a low drop rate, but he can drop them. Yep. So if you want to do that Covenant early on, he's the one you want to fight. He's also pretty easy, so... I might do that eventually when we get better weapons and stuff, but... I'll think about it. But come up here, should just be like a soul item. Homeward Bone, soul item. Down here. Oh, and getting wet in this game does affect your resistances. If we go over here, my fire resist and lightning resist, those aren't the normal numbers. Yeah, because we're wet, our fire resistance goes up, but our lightning goes down. So that's even true in the original Dark Souls 2, not Scholar of the First Sin. So if you get wet, you have boost the fire defense. So not just in Elden Ring, we also leave wet footprints. But it's kind of good. Look ahead. There's a soldier guy up there, just above our heads. He's lying down, but you can see him. There's another soldier guy on the other side of those logs. There's one right there. He has a bow. There's another one lying down. There's another one over there. There's another one over there. Yeah, it's just one. Probably the main complaint with Dark Souls 2 is just the sheer number of enemies that you just get swarmed by. There's potentially 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 enemies that could attack us at a moment if we're not careful. But Luckily, it is a low level area, so it shouldn't be too bad. I just kind of, I don't have any range attacks, so I can't, draw them out one at a time. I just have to go in and get their attentions. Yeah, there's that guy right there. The guy up there will come down once we get close to that archer, so you just gotta be extra careful. Just luring him back here away from the archer, so don't have to worry about him. Ooh, throwing knife. Definitely take those. Throwing knives in this game are amazing. Yeah, they are amazing. This guy gets up. Oh, you didn't trigger him yet, huh? We got to get close, like over here. Yep, there he goes. He's gonna come running down. Come on. Yep, enemies in this game have very, very good tracking. They will continue to track you until the last moment when they swing. So it's really difficult to get behind them like that if you just... Yeah, it's... Expect to get hit. I'm just going to say that. Just expect to get hit by these random enemies. Soul item, we'll take... Climb the ladder. It should just be a courtyard of a bunch of enemies on the ground. No. Yeah, I think you can see him moving. He's not moving much, but he is moving. But every single one of these hollow soldier bodies is alive. They are actual enemies. Guess they'll all get up eventually. That's why we have the dagger, just so we can backstab. But there should be a soldier. Yep, there he is. Yeah, a infantry soldier. I think he's an infantry soldier, or is he just the royal soldier? I don't know. But, yep. So we're gonna grab this. Green Blossom increases stamina recovery. I just want to make sure. Yep, boost stamina recovery. At one point, this herb was avoided due to its unusually bitter taste, but once its effects became known, it was harvested to near extinction by merchants. Now only exceptionally rare wild specimens of this plant are left. Used to get them off little frog people in Dark Souls, so... There should be an enemy up there once we get onto this ladder. We're just getting close to the ladder anyway, yeah. Dropped another throwing knife, we'll take it. Alright, so this, I might miss this jump. The only way across there is to jump, so we're just going to jump across. There we go. I have missed it, I have died. But, bunch of throwing knives, soul item, definitely worth it. Just for the throwing knives alone. In fact, let's just put those on. This is our best or our only ranged option at the moment. Until we get a bow, until we get some arrows. And that's going to be from Linagrast. Probably going to be the earliest we get those. First, we got to get his key. Anyway. Dark Souls 2. Yeah, it's going to be a long game. It's a much bigger game than Dark Souls 1, that's for sure. I think they had like twice as many bosses, if I remember right. Yeah, it's like 42? 43 in Dark Souls 2. Yeah. Anyway. I have a little soldier dude. Let me show you how good throwing knives are. Bam. already dead. Two. That's how good throwing knives are, and I think they scale off your dexterity? I think the damage does, anyway. Yeah. It doesn't say here, but I'm pretty sure it scales off dexterity. Or is that maybe later games? I don't know. Jump across. Excellent weapon. This is an excellent weapon in the beginning of the game. Yeah, it's short sword. Excellent weapon to get early on. Pretty easy to wield, 7 and 10. Decent damage, good moveset. Oh, well, actually, we're not going to put it on just yet. We're going to need our dagger for these enemies down here. And we're just going to slowly, methodically take care of the courtyard. Yeah. Going to get behind the people, wait for them to stand up, backstab. Let's see, so we already took care of him. Wasn't far enough behind him. Oh well. Yeah, they can be kind of difficult to get behind. Come on. Still got it. That's the parry or post. Yep, that is the parry or post. I don't know how to say this. Parrying in this game is much more difficult than Dark Souls 1 just because some of the enemy animations are just... I don't quite know how to describe it. Besides being just super fast and... I don't know. Particularly with those like little swordsmen we took care of earlier. You'll see it. Ooh. Okay. I say it's difficult, and here I am, just parrying away. But anyway, parrying this game is kind of wonky. I wouldn't recommend it, at least not without practice, which is always true. I don't know what I'm saying. Just ignore me. FG. Broken straight sword. We already got one of those. I want something else. Give me something. Another broken straight sword. You're dead. So it should be these three guys over here. I mean, I'll take your weapon if you will drop it, but he doesn't want to drop it. Yeah, I know it's slow, but it's the safest way of clearing out this courtyard. Alright, and that should be all of them. No one dropped anything. Batue. Here, there should be an enemy around the corner. Yeah, you can see his axe. Buried. Alright, let's see. There's two enemies in here. There's one here, and I think there's another one like one of these corners. Like, I think it's the corner to our left. We're gonna poke him, and he's gonna come towards us. And I think the other guy gets aggroed as well. Yeah. The other guy came as well, so... There actually might be a third one in there. I think this might be a third one. Yeah, there is. He's right here. 3 enemies in this one little room. Yeah, that's a lot of enemies. Yeah. Dark Souls 2 likes to throw enemies at you. That is for sure. Alright. There's another soldier guy here. There's another guy behind those barrels. Yeah, that right there. Okay. That could have been dangerous. Yeah. This Royal Swordsman guy, his animations are just weird. Like, they come out really, really fast. So if you're gonna parry them, you more have to like just go off intuition and timing and all that stuff than just react. So, life gem, thank you. Archer at the top of the stairs. Deal with him because that guy will throw firebombs at you. Cool. All right. Ow. Yeah, there's another archer. You can't quite get to him yet, but it will ignore you. I want to save my throwing knives. Buckler, excellent for parries if you want to do that. We'll come to you eventually, sir. I think that's the only thing up here is that buckler. Yeah. I don't think we have enough dexterity to use it. I think it requires 13. Yeah, 13. Yeah, the center of the buckler is convex, designed to brush attacks aside, making parrying easier. But the trade-off is that's low stability, pretty average negations. Definitely for parrying, not for fighting. Alright. That's life gem. So before we go through the door, we want this item. Ooh. Was not expecting that. These guys are always hit or miss with my parries. Either I do it or I don't. It's inconsistent. That's what I don't like. But Witching Urns, a new type of throwable in Dark Souls 2, deals magic damage. Yep. Created in Melfia, a land that flourishes with magic and pyromancy. Though the magic contained in the urn lacks potency, it is a boon to any inexperienced traveler. You bet, because there are some ironclad enemies who are pretty susceptible to magic. So, in fact, we're going to throw that on right here. I wonder see if we can see one. No. I don't see one. But drop down. Missed the plunging attack. Helmets, gloves. Thank you. Yeah, these random items. There is an NPC you can sell these items to later on, so just go in and pick them up. You can sell them to I think Gavland. Jump across, effigy. Make up the plunging attack. Gem, we'll take it. Can we see one now? No, not. Interesting. I thought they're down here, but you can't quite see them. Soul item and a torch. Just my jump attack. Nail my jump attack. We're just gonna slowly clear these guys out. Yep, there he is. That guy right there. He's I think they call him an old ironclad. Yeah, he is susceptible to magic, so that's why we grabbed the witching urns. There's another one in this little cave over here, but I would not get behind them. Yeah, they have a little, back flop, whatever you want to call it. Like, they'll flop on their backs and you'll take damage that way. So, best to draw them out. They're also really weak to strike, so that's why we're going to use the mace on them. There we go. Come on. There we go. Yeah. Oh, you didn't want to drop anything. Oh well. They do respawn, so don't worry if you... Foot soldier shield? Actually, I do like this shield. Yeah, it's more of a parrying shield than a shield. How much does it weigh? Yeah, sure, we'll do it. Yeah, I do like the shield. Alright. Another ironclad. No, you cannot parry them. I would not even attempt it. That's a little ground slam. It causes you to be slow in the little overhead ground slam. If you're close enough, if he doesn't hit you, you will be slowed a little bit. So that's just to back off. Yeah. Let's take care of you. Like Jim. All right. And here is an important weapon down here. I'm going to wait for him to spew his load. That is a salamander. Yeah. Whew, okay. Yeah. That is a salamander. I would not... Well, you can't fight him from here anyway. He's got a ton of health. You probably could range him down if you had like a few hundred arrows, but in his chest, the fire longsword. Oh yeah. Probably the best weapon in this little area, at least in the beginning anyway. Because a lot of enemies are actually pretty susceptible to the fire, and it does have scaling. Yeah. Unlike Dark Souls 1 and 3? Yeah. Fire-infused weapons do have scaling, so we'll slap that bad boy on. Let's look at... Okay, we still have... Yeah, I'll do that. Well... Nah, we'll do that. Yeah, we'll do this. I tend not to like having... I don't really like having 3 weapons, shields equipped at a time. Gems? Just so I can have a quick, weapon swap. So I don't have to, keep cycling through them to get to the weapon I want. So, it's just personal preference. Also cuts down on weight, which is probably the biggie. Now we have a fire longsword, we are pretty good to go. Alright, let's roll back in here. Bring us back in this little hallway, up the little ladder, up to the door. Now we go through the door. That little side section is done. We have a bonfire. Kind of like a little chapel of sorts. And over here we have Valencia. Very, very good merchant.
Buy something, anything. come now help an old woman and buy something?
Don't worry, we'll buy something. Merchant tag, Valencia. But what else you gotta say?
My name is Valencia. You're a stranger to this land. Oh, we get as strangers these days. Everybody's gone and run off. Drangelic's been a pile of rubble since the war, fought long, long ago. And the giants crossed the sea.
Yep. A war long ago against the giants from across the sea. And she's carrying everything on her back, so she must be really strong.
Seemed like the battles would never end. Poor folk like myself had nary a place to sleep. That's why I keep all me things right with me. You may travel light, but methinks you bear a burden of your own.
That is true. You may be traveling light, but you do carry a burden. Yep. Burden to leap the flame, I guess. Who knows? Or at least become the next monarch.
They say these trees grew from the remains of the giants. From each carcass sprouted new life growing into what you see now. But you know what they also say? Don't believe what an old hag says.
Well, you are not wrong, so we will listen to you.
It's high time that I pick up and move. I've a bargain for you next time we meet, my love.
Okay, so I think that's everything she has to say.
It's high...
Yeah. Okay, so once we beat the last giant, she'll move to Majula at that point. But until then, she's here. She's got a few weapons, some pretty good ones. Yeah, the hand axe is pretty good. Club's also not bad. It's a strike weapon, so. Although the Kestis, it's pretty high scalings, even though it's pretty low base damage, but think about it. Merchant set is the starting armor of the Explorer class. We are definitely going to grab the hat, because wearing this increases item discovery. Yep, and Dark Souls 2 introduces, little special effects on armor pieces. So as long as we have this little hood on, our enemy drop rate will increase. Yep. Hat worn by merchants from Lanafir, where blue represents knowledge. Lanafir is the furthest land to the south and follows a strict edict of isolationism. The rare visitor from Lanafir is always a little odd. Yeah, the eagle is normally a symbol of strength. But the only thing worth getting is the hat. So we're going to get one of those. Here's the Leningrass key. Yep. Jewel is a land of exiles that's comprised of abandoned old houses, one of which Leningrass has fashioned into a workshop. So she has the key. Oh, Valencia, you sly fixin'. Alright. I'm trying to think quick. We need to make sure we have at least one of these. Let's grab 5. And for the rest of the souls, let's just grab nothing, because we want to buy stuff from Leningrad. And she also has basic soul arrow and a basic heal. So, alright.
It's kind. Thanks.
Kindly. Oh, yeah. And with Valencia, if you spend, I want to say it's 15,000, but I've heard it's also like 12,000, but I like going with 15. But if you spend 15,000 souls with her, she'll give you the covetous silver serpent ring +1. So she'll give you an upgraded ring. So we're going to try and buy a bunch of stuff from her. Well, she still has the Ferrous Lockstone. Hold on, let me go back in there. Yeah, she has, Bright Bugs. a tiny bug that produces light. Bright bugs are said to comfort the dead and are found in the marshlands leading to the undead crypt. By ingesting a bright bug just before death, the moment at which they glow most brilliantly, one attains great power for a short time. Often utilized as a last resort for adventurers who have lost their way. It has no effect in other worlds or for phantoms. Basically an item that boosts, I believe, your attack and defense by 20% for, I think it's 2 minutes? Yeah. Very powerful item. I tend not to use them, but yeah. We will eventually get them. She will restock eventually, but they become more expensive as the more old ones you beat. So buy when you can. You definitely do want this. Yep. Stone activating a creation of Pharos the Vagabond. Pharos the Vagabond was a legend who wandered the lands, creating contraptions to help those in sincere and dire need. The scope of his travels was so wide that Pharos has been mistakenly credited with many inventions that were crafted by others. Yep, talk about a theft. And a fragrant branch of yore. Fragrant tree branch with a faint, sweet smell restores the life of things turned to stone. Extended inhalation of the branch's scent can lead to coughing and nausea. Yeah. So we'll definitely need those because we do need at least one to open up the path past Bjorn. Yeah, there's a statue past him which is actually a petrified person. So we're definitely going to need that. Need at least one of those. Yeah, but it's expensive. So definitely want these things. So just buying these will be enough to satisfy her condition to give us her ring.
Lonely times these are.
I'm sorry. I don't have enough monies. But so, but in Dark Souls 2, fast travel is available from the get-go, from the start. So we can fast travel to anywhere we've been. So we're gonna go back to Majula, open up Leningrast's shop, grab an arrow, grab some bows, grab a bow, some arrows. Although I don't think we have enough dexterity. Anyway, let's just open this up anyway, because we need them.
I'm a blacksmith. Bring me that.
Chop, chop. Use Leningrast's key. Alright, Leningrast, door's open.
Ah, yes, very good. Now I can get to work. But first, let me set up. Come again later.
I think we just have to rest at a bonfire and he'll be in there.
Ah, yes. Now, but first...
Alright. So we'll go rest. He should be back in his shop and we'll be good to go. There's a chest here. I think this is a bow. Short bow? Short bow. Good. How much dexterity does the short bow need? It doesn't tell me here. 12 dexterity. How much do we have? 11. Dang. We need one more, so we might have to use our souls to level up. Alright, we'll level up real quick. Get at least one in the dex so we can use the bow.
Bearer of the curse. Seek souls. Larger, more powerful souls. Seek the king. That is the only way. Lest this land swallow you whole, as it has so many others.
Alright. Good, we have at least one. That's all we need. Thank you. Perfect. And we have some souls to spare to get some arrows. That's nice. Alright, Leningrast.
You, stand back. This is dangerous work. The name's Leningrast. Just a simple blacksmith. And you are... another useless traveler. A man ought to labor with his feet planted firmly in the earth. not roam around like you flirtatious vagabonds. Oh, what does it matter? Go on, show me what you've got. Your equipment. Let me have a look. But do it quick.
First you call us a fictitious vagabond, and you say, alright, just give me your stuff. What's it going to be, Leningrass? What's it going to be?
Drat. You're worse than my reckless daughter. Don't spend your whole life in transit, you hear?
I hear you, don't worry.
You'll need souls to repair and improve equipment. I know only of smithing, but souls have many other uses as well. Don't waste your souls on useless trinkets. Think before you spend.
We will, don't worry.
Equipment can be strengthened with rare ore stone, but such ore stone won't come easily. My girl knows her stones, but she's always out prancing about. Now, there's a time for travels, but you can't wander the world forever. Even you must have someone waiting back home.
We probably do, but we don't remember.
Drat. Don't spend...
Alright. So we could buy some weapons from him. Basic longsword, no basic weapons. Yeah, longsword, broadswords, falchion, estoc. Estoc's the best stock. Rapier, axe, mace, spear. Yeah. Good weapons, good solid weapons. I think we can use just about all of them, except for the falchion, but he's got some arrows. I'm trying to remember, there's... Alright, so the number on top is the amount he has. The number on the bottom is how much they are. Alright, so... I do want iron arrows, but I think the next blacksmith, McDuff, is the one who sells them in bulk. He's got 1 repair powder, just 1, and 10 Titanite shards. We'll just grab the arrows. You can repair equipment, you can reinforce. You don't need, there's no embers in this game. Well, there's 1, but it's meant for infusions. But to upgrade weapons, all you need is a smithing stones and souls. You don't need to grab any large embers, none of that. So from the get-go, he can upgrade weapons all the way up to max, to plus 10. I think armors are the same, yeah. Do you want to upgrade probably this fire longsword, because it's going to carry us for a little bit. Alright.
I'll be around.
But we don't have the souls for any of that, so oh well. Alright. That there. Get my arrow set up. Alright. Cool. So let's go back. Yep, let's go back here. Alright. So let's see. I'm trying to think real quick. Alright. We'll go upstairs, we'll do that little area, and I'll probably call an episode after that. Because the next leg of this forest is pretty lengthy, and it's probably might as well make it its own little episode, I guess. Yeah, because there's quite a bit left in the Forest of the Fallen Giants. Well, yeah, we'll go at least unlock the shortcut. So once we get that shortcut, then we'll call an episode. You know what? We're gonna need some light. It is dark in that room. Back. Let's grab a You want the sword just for the little poke attack. Because there's a crystal lizard in this next room. It says it's locked, but you can see that it's broken on the top left, so which means a few pokes will open it up. Inside we have a crystal lizard. Really? Are you? Alright. Hold on. I'm going to go back. I'm going to rest that. I'm calling shenanigans. I guess my little thrust doesn't go all the way down. I was hoping the little poke attack would actually get that far down, but it doesn't. No. Alright. You let me down, sword. You let me down. Alright, yeah, because he's low to the ground. He's difficult to hit. Let's try that again. Should still be broken. Oh, it didn't do my jump attack. Alright, this crystal is gonna... Oh my god. I don't have a weapon that can hit the... I was trying to do a jump attack, because I know the jump attack has a it's downward slam, which probably would help, but stupid controls. I don't want to use up my consumables if I don't have to. We had better luck with a slash. Alright, can we actually get this guy this time? Thank you. 2 shards, excellent. Explodey barrels. So let's put our fire sword away. Soldier helmets. Hand axe and a radiant life gem, just a better version of a life gem. Pretty sure this is not a trap. The shield repair power, we'll take it. No, we don't need this anymore. Chest to our right, enemy to our left. Oh, ran out of stamina. Way too soon. Oh well. Soldier helm, we'll take it. In fact, what does it say? Crafted with quality materials, but is highly degraded and close to falling apart, wherein this will be of little use. And they're the hollowed royal soldiers. Okay. Hollow soldiers. I forgot to put my little hat on. Small white soapstone and a radiant life gem. I forgot to put this on. We want item discovery at this point. Alright. It's a radiant gem. Yep. The dull glimmer of these mysterious stones brighten with the passage of time. So I guess the longer they linger, they'll get brighter? Almost like it's trying to restore the soul itself, maybe? Yeah, weapons and armor wear down with use. Allow too much wear and you won't be able to use them. You have only yourself to blame if you find yourself in crisis with no powder to spare. Yeah. We also got a small white soapstone. Yeah. Be summoned as a shade to another world in order to help the world's master for a certain time. You will be rewarded for successful assisting the other player. The effect is not as long-lived as that of the white sign soapstone, and is used only in particular places. Basically, if you want to help people in like, if you want to help them overcome like ambush areas or difficult areas, yeah, I would use this. So we can't get the full size version here in the Forest of the Giants, but that'll probably be next episode at this rate. But all right. I think over here is probably best. Carefully walk off. Should be a divine blessing. Yep, divine blessing. All right. We rest. And yeah, sure. We'll go till we open up the shortcut. Yeah. Which hopefully shouldn't be too long, but yeah, you never know. You never know with Dark Souls 2. Ow. Gauntlets, sure. Mr. Halberd guy. Oh, wow. Yes, serious delay on his attacks. Thank you. I was trying to do that. Probably should not be doing it, but I'm doing it anyway. I come across another guy on his butt. And again, my controller doesn't want to do the jumping attack. Thank you. A soul item, I'll take it. This door should be locked. Yep, it's not cracked, so you cannot bust it open. That door does not open from the side. Yep, not from the side. Well, actually, if we look down, we should see. Yep, those are the salamanders. Yep, back at the one that was breathing, the fireballs at us as we try to grab the fire longsword. That's them. Yep, and they're the ones who are causing the pillars. Yeah, because I think you can, if you have enough health, and the cat ring, you could jump down. You can make this little fall. It requires you to kind of do like a little jumping attack onto like one of them, but it is possible. Or is it over there? It might be onto that thing right there, that little debris. But yeah, I wouldn't recommend it. It is a mid to late game area because those things are stupid strong. It's probably one of the worst enemies in the game, just because of how tough they are and how hard they hit. But we will eventually go in there, because there is an item in there that we do want. But yeah, salamanders. Blah. Through here, there's a sconce. This is locked. Yep, again, not cracked, so you can't open it. Another soldier guy on his butt. Yeah, this next area sucks. Yeah, because with all the little archers. All the archers, you'll see. There's like 4 of them. There's one up there above our heads. There's one over there. He's already shooting at us. There's another one above us up there. There's one over there. Yeah, they're just everywhere. Okay, so we're going to get this guy to come at us. Thank you. Ooh, I thought that was someone else. So how much damage does this do? Not much. Ah. If he wants to go behind cover, that's fine, as long as you don't have to deal with him. Ow. This one over there. There we go. That's what we want. Grab this torch. I think each torch is another 5 minutes to the cumulative time. Drop down here. Get close enough and I should put his bow away. There we go. There's an enemy right there. Let's see if you'll get him to come to us. Yeah, I'd rather deal with him over here than in there. Trust me. Trust me when I say that. God, he had like no startup animations at all on some of these attacks. He just launches right into it. Which is really bad. I mean... Oh, man, that guy. That works. There we go. I think we should be able to... Yeah, I think he's right there. Nope, that's a stone. Never mind. I thought that was him. Alright, shield guy. How much of a butt pain are you gonna be? A lot. Alright. I don't think there's an item down there. No, I don't think so. Wait, yes there is. There's one like right below us. Never mind. Right. Not necessary, but yeah, if we didn't lure this guy out, we would fight him down here, and he's very aggressive once you drop down. He immediately flies into an attack, and it's really bad. But came down here, should be a shard, and a little preview of the next zone or the next area. Yeah. Some ironclad, you got a infantry guy, there's some more ironclads on top of that building, there's our first NPC invaders over there. It's that little area is a real mess. Yeah, but we'll eventually have to do it anyway, because there's a bonfire over there, and it's also the only way to get the seeds of the giants is a giant tree over there. So we definitely have to go over there eventually. But oh, really? Just hop across. These guys. At least the arrows don't curve, but they do aim ahead where you're going, and with stupid precision, too. Effigy. Ooh, what did he drop? Gloves, cool. Alright, before talking to him, we're going to come up here. Amber herbs on the corpse below us, and this guy drops something that's out of reach. Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's one of the, I would say, glitches with Dark Souls 2. Item drops don't attach to the bodies like they did in Dark Souls 1. They actually fall to the ground, and sometimes the ground's not registered, so it'll fall through. Yeah. Just like this. Particularly bad in the gutter. Yeah. So sometimes they'll drop items, but they'll be out of reach because they fell through the floor. Dark Souls. Dark Souls 2. But anyway, our next NPC friend. Cartographer Pate? No, not Pate. Someone else. I forget his name. I think it starts with a C.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just daydreaming, I think. My name is Kale. I'm a traveler, like yourself. I'm navigating the continent to create a map.
Alright, so Cartographer Kale. Okay. I don't know why I said Pates, but... Well, Pate's another NPC, but... This is Kale.
Why cartography, you ask? Well, that's a good question. When I first came to this forsaken land, it was... a curse? Something about a curse. How embarrassing. I seem to have lost my focus. But I do know one thing for certain. I have always been very fond of maps.
Well, do say.
I came to this land some time ago. Drangelic, the Lost Kingdom. It sounded so romantic. Have you seen Medulla? Oh, there's a rather spacious mansion there. I've made it my temporary home. Well, as something of a squatter, I'm afraid.
Well, what was it? One of the keys, I think it was Leningrad's key that said it was, a town full of exiles, old abandoned homes. So you're not squatting. It's your house now.
Inside the mansion, I found a strange map, like none I'd ever seen. I believe that it's a map of Drangelic. Now I'm traveling the land to prove it. Yes, that's it. That's why I came to the kingdom. Wait. No, that wasn't it. Then what? I don't seem to recall.
I hope he's going hollow on us. Don't go hollow, man.
Were you looking for that map? Wonderful. Then you're fascinated by maps, just like me. Shame on you. You should have told me before. Here, take this. A key to the mansion.
And a house key.
What a joy to meet a kindred spirit out here.
Well, thanks for the key.
Incredible, really, isn't it? Such a map to be chiseled in stone. Oh, but one thing. I would not venture deep into the mansion. Now, I can't be certain, but I've heard disturbing noises. Something about it feels wrong. Just be careful, please.
All right. Anything else?
I'll be back in Medulla soon. Perhaps we will meet again and discuss maps at our leisure.
I think that's all he has to say.
I'll be back, perhaps.
Okay, so now he'll also move back to Medulla once we beat the last giant, and we cleared out the little his little guest at in the manor. So, all right, that's done with this little section. Oh, I need more stamina. I need a lot more stamina. Ooh, you dropped something. What did you drop? Bandit knife? Ooh. Oh, you can see the items over there. That's the little side area I was talking about earlier. Yeah, you can see this. Items over there, they're ironclads on top of that building as well. But they're not rendered in, so... I think where that hole is where the giant tree is at, I believe. Yeah, you can kind of see the branch sticking out. And the invader, I think he's Armorer Dennis is over there as well. He invades over there too, so yay! It's not gonna be fun. NPCs in Dark Souls 2 are the worst. Yeah, I think he actually invades that little platform right there, that wooden platform. Not looking forward to it. Nope. Let's continue on. Let's try to get this shortcut open so we can call it an episode. Continue up here. You got a bunch of little explodey barrels. Another ironclad. If you'll just cooperate. Thank you. Come here, buddy. Oh, it didn't work. Come on. Thank you. That's what we want to see. Just finish him off. That guy will throw a firebomb, so just be careful. And he likes to throw them into the little explodey barrels, so... Boom. In fact, it's actually a pretty good angle to do this. There we go. So now we don't have to deal with that. This guy was the guy who was shooting at us down there and down there. He's the worst. Here, crack in the wall, explodey barrels, firebomb. No more crack in the barrel. And my eardrums hurt. That was loud, but that spear guy's gonna notice you if you're up here, even if you run back and forth between this little opening. What you gonna do? Alright. Another halberd guy. Let's take care of him real quick. Thank you. Bam. Yeah, I find the halberd guys easiest to parry of all the soldiers, but... Alright. I want to put that on. Alright, so up here, there's a bunch of items, 3 hollowed soldiers, but there's also a surprise. Mr. Pursuer drops in from his little bird. That is an optional fight. You don't have to fight the Pursuer here. You can kill him here if you want. I'm probably not going to do it. I'm probably going to leave him at his actual boss arena just because, but... and also by then, I'll at least I should have his the serpent ring from Melentia by then, hopefully. But yeah, I'm not gonna find him up here. So we'll go up, we'll trigger him, we'll come back down, and he'll disappear back to his arena. So he only spawns here once. If you don't fight the Pursuer up here, he will go away. He'll be at his arena, like I said. So if you want to fight him up here, now's your chance. It's the only chance you get. So, but I'm not going to do it. Well, I don't want to, but I could. Maybe we could try. We have the shortcut opened. We could try. All right, we'll try. All right, we'll try. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna climb up the ladder, head to the right, take care of the one soldier guy on the ledge over here, and we're just gonna try and keep him on this side of the little platform up here. I don't know. I want to find him in his arena with the cutscene and all that stuff. Give me a second. Nah, we're not gonna do it. No, we'll trigger him, and then we're gonna leave, and that'll be it. I'm gonna find him in his arena. Yeah, there he is. So. It is possible, because we're doing decent damage with the sword. But again, I'm not going to. I'm just going to run away. And he should despawn here in a moment. There he goes. And then the only place you can find him now is in his arena. So resting at a bonfire won't get him to show up. So that's it. And now the enemies will wake up when you come back up. So that guy over there, that guy right there, that guy right there. All three of them are going to wake up. Yeah. We're just going to run away. Because we're cowards. Also, their reach is a lot further than you expect, so just be careful. I think they use bastard swords instead of long swords. Yeah, it looks like they use bastard swords for their weapons. Effigy life gem, torch, flask shard, repair powder. Cool. Alright. To be honest, we do need that Pharaoh's Lockstone that she has, so we're gonna need to find a way to get another 2,000 souls. I might do that between episodes real quickly, but yeah, because we definitely want that Pharaoh's Lockstone she has coming up. But so I'm going to rest here, hopefully get the enemies to respawn. Actually, we'll go back to Majula, turn in our shards, or Estes shard. Yep, alright. Yeah, I like that. And she kind of, she moves about here. Makes her kind of alive almost. Yeah. She's not in one spot. She constantly moves. She'll be sitting down. It's also one animation where she's kind of on a rock, kicking her legs about. Talk to her.
Is that a shard you found? Here, let me see it, so that I may help you. To see light, to see hope. However faint it might be.
Upgrade our flask. Should be at 3 charges now. I'm not going to level up.
The sign you bear will drain your very souls. And without souls, you will turn hollow. Stay strong. Do not lose hope. Even when you have precious little time.
Not sure if that was new or not, but... And anything else we want to do? Alright, yeah, we'll check out this manor real quick. There should be some items, the skeleton in the basement, but... So now we have the key. Forgot to check out the house key. Do want to check out these descriptions when I can, because I'm curious what they say. Yeah. In the past, Majula served as a dumping ground for horrible things, but is now a gathering place for those who with no better place to go. It seems this House Majula was the final home for a few such souls. Okay. And it kind of reaffirms that Majula is kind of a place for wandering exiles and all that stuff. Should be... Ooh, Pharaoh's Lockstone. Alright. Still want to buy the one from Melentia. But... That snorting sound is the pigs who are on the outside. Yep. So that's the way down. We'll head up. There should be a chest up here. I think it's down here. Here it is. Three shards, 3 torches. Nice. On like a little balcony where we can kind of like take pot shots at the pigs as they aggro. So go back in, we'll head down to the basement. Should put our Parma on. I want our iron Parma. Alright, so going down. This is the map that Kale was talking about, the map of Drangelic. And further in is a skeleton. Yep. There he is. He's very tough, so... Oh. But with our fire longsword, he should be not too bad. Ooh, he drops an effigy. There's a sconce here. We do want to light that. If anything else, just for the lighting. So I'm going to do a quick run back, grab a light a torch. Just for that sconce, just cause. Just because I want to. Come here, torch. Ooh, nice and bright, too. We like that. Alright. The skeleton does not respawn, so once you take care of it, he's gone. But in the higher new game cycles, there will be more skeletons. Yep. New game is only 1. New game plus is like 2. New game plus there's like 3. So the more new game cycles you get, the more skeletons will be down here. Ooh, another shard. And a very ornate chest. Which contains a soul vessel. Yep. This is what you need to respec the soul vessel. Yep. It can allow reallocation of levels, but without proper assistance, it may simply drain you of souls. If you truly wish to start again, go to the place where your journey began. Go back to the one firekeeper back in Things Betwixt. Give her that soul vessel, and you will be able to respec. So respecing is now an option for us, but I probably won't. I tend not to, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Though I don't think you can respec lower than your starting stats, so. Don't expect to get all the way down to level 1, 6 in each stat like the Deprived and go from there. Nope. Nope. We have another shard to give. Forgot.
Is that a shard? Here, to see how it...
However faint it may be. Yes, give shard. Thank you. Alright.
Bearer of the...
Did not want to talk to you. I wanted to rest, travel back to forest, and then we'll call an episode. Yep, the Uchi Katana's in this game. Yep. I think McDuff sells it. But, all right. And with that, I'm going to call an episode. Yep. We began our adventures into Drangelic. Yep, past Majula. First stop was the Forest of the Fallen Giants. Yep. Through the slow gate, just kind of gathered some items. Yeah, the effigy in the chest. Took care of some soldiers, an ogre, grabbed some more items. First bonfire in the area. Whole bunch of infantry soldiers, a whole bunch. God, there's just so many of them. Just in that first little zone, there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, it's like 9 of them, 8 or 9. Then you go up a ladder and there's like another 10 in a courtyard. Yeah, there's a lot. But we cleared them all out. Some of them were kind of drop items. Yeah, just kind of gathered soul items, throwing daggers, made a jump to the throwing daggers. Yeah, cleared out the little courtyard, some broken swords. Yeah, just backstabbed them all. Continued forward through some more soldiers, more items. Encountered our first real infantry or hollowed soldier. There's infantry soldiers and there's royal soldiers. I'm just gonna call them that. Yeah, the royal soldiers are the ones with the big bastard swords and the armor, and the infantry are just kind of in the daggers and the foot soldier stuff. So yeah, just made our way through there. Yep. Just pick up some items here and there, soul items again, just random stuff. A buckler along the way, witching urns, a new magic throwable. Took care of that little side area over there, where we encounter the old ironclads. Yep, the little turtle guys with the big old clubs. Very weak to magic, very weak to blunt, so use those if you're going to fight them. Yep. Where we gathered the foot soldier shield, and then we kind of timed our way through salamander fireballs to grab the fire longsword. Yep, this little buddy, who's going to be our friend for a little bit. Yep. Until we get my levels to the requirements of the weapons I want, and when we actually get the weapon. So, the royal soldiers with the spears, they can drop the weapon I want. I want the wing spear. I really love the spear in this game, but yeah, but it's a rare drop from them, and I have to farm for them. And I also need levels to actually wield it. I think I need 18 dexterity, so we're quite a ways off from actually using it. But we can eventually buy one from McDuff at Sinner's Rise, but yeah, it's going to be a little way off. So for now, fire longsword is going to be the way to go. Then after that, came in here, talked with Valencia, bought some stuff from her, went up the stairs, took care of the crystal lizard after 4 attempts. Yeah, grabbed the soapstone, small soapstone from the chest, divine blessing from one of these branches, and then we went down the ladder. Yeah, cleared out some more soldiers, some more items. Yeah, took care of that little open courtyard area out there with a bunch of archers. Did some archery of our own. Oh, I think I put the bow away, but anyway. Just some Titanite shards, some random items. Then we eventually came upon Kale the cartographer. Yep. Talked with him, gave us his key to his little mansion. And we came out there. Up there, dealt with the old ironclad, those soldiers, opened up the shortcut. Decided if I wanted to fight the pursuer up there or not. Ended up saying no. We'll fight him in his proper arena. But you can fight him up there if you want. It is possible. I have done it, so yeah. Choice, I guess. Choice. You can't fight him up there and the boss fight. It's either one or the other. So you can't get double rewards, unfortunately. So opened up the shortcut. Went back to Majula, unlocked Leningrass's shop, grabbed the bow, arrow, turned in shards. Estes shards with the herald. Trying to think what else we did. We also checked out Kale's mansion. So he had a Ferris lockstone in there, which we do need for the next area. Some more shards, which are Titanite shards, which is going to be very useful. I think we have enough to upgrade our weapon to like +3 if we really wanted to, but we're going to hold off for right now. And we clear out the basement of the skeleton, lit the sconce, grab the soul vessel, turn another Estus shard, and we came back here. And that was it. Started our adventures in the Forest of the Giants, Fallen Giants. And next episode will be hopefully the rest of it. Yeah. This is like another there's that little area beyond this point here where we'll actually meet, I think, Pate. A little I don't want to say challenge area of sorts. A little open courtyard with another ironclad. Some more soldiers. We'll eventually get to the last giant boss fight where we'll eventually grab this soldier key. We can open up some of these other areas. The one side area leading to the Armor Dennis invasion, that's gonna suck. Another that'll lead us to the Pursuer boss fight, which is gonna be awesome. Yeah, hopefully next episode just the finishing up Forest of the Fallen Giants. But again, that'll be for another episode. And I thank you all for watching. And I'll see you all next time.